Welcome, everyone, to episode number 2 of Rain City Reviews, where we do box breaks with some refreshing takes. Today, we are opening and reviewing one of my favorite products of the every year, not just this specific 2018-19 year, but every year, SP Authentic Hockey. Super excited to break this with all of you. If you watched the first episode, you'll recall that basically I give away all the hits from these boxes unless it's like a crazy insane hit. In that case, I'll razz it and use the proceeds for the next boxes. But to get into the giveaway, all you have to do is follow my YouTube page this episode, or just comment, ask questions, and I'll see if I can answer them for you. Anyways, so we're going and doing 1819 SP Authentic. So very exciting. What you're going to learn today, just random things before we open the hobby box. I always do a little slide on that. What to expect from the box. Some of the top players and the hits from this 1819 SP Authentic. And then we're going to do a little bit of a deep dive into the Future Watch cards and a little bit of the history and the lore, parallels, things like that. We'll talk a little bit about some of the other yearly inserts you might get from SP Authentic. And then I will give this box a rating based on my personal opinion. And then we'll talk more about the giveaways. So hope you guys enjoy. So before we open, always good. Make sure to check for the original Upper Deck wrapping. I got this obviously from a local card store or LCS. But if you're buying it online or like on eBay or something like that, really important to make sure that it has all these things before you open, in case somebody resealed. Definitely make sure to have card sleeves, any inserts and things that aren't base, you should probably sleeve up. And then always have a few 35-point top loaders on hand when you're opening SP Authentic, because pretty much all the big hits are going to be 35-point, save for the Future Watch auto patches that I have some examples of in the back. Another thing to do is open up the set checklist. So the set checklist for SP Authentic, you can find it on a site called Cardboard Connection. And it does a pretty good job of listing out the checklist. So I have that open now. I actually didn't before, so always good to remind myself. All right, so what can we expect in this box? Right now, there's about a $200 price tag per every hobby box. Normally, when they come out, they retail anywhere from $150 to $200, depending on the rookie crop. But generally, they go up and up every year unless the rookie crop doesn't pan out. There's going to be 18 packs, mostly 5 cards per pack, unless there's a big patch. There's always going to be one Future Watch autograph. Future Watch is obviously the rookies, and usually one additional autograph card. Some Spectrum FX cards, which I'll briefly touch upon, and then some cool other inserts, similar like Authentic Moments, which is kind of one of my favorite insert sets because it talks about some of the cool highlights of the hockey year. So without further ado, let's open this up. I had pre just knifed out the front part of this. Some of the top hits, these would be hits that like I would be ecstatic if we got in one box of SP Authentic. Obviously, Elias Pettersson is the top rookie out of this year. But a close second would be Andrei Svechnikov. Most of you probably know him as the guy who is doing what's called the Michigan goal or the lacrosse goal. He is an exceptionally talented player playing on a Carolina team that, has a lot of talent from top to bottom. So if Carolina ever wins a cup, that's going to be one of the guys that you'd want to buy. Jack Eichel in this year in 2015-16, when he was a rookie, you can kind of see his design was different. He signed with a competing company called Leaf. And because of that, his Future Watch his Future Watch cards were not autographed in 2015-16. And then he re-signed with Upper Deck and now signed all of his cards in 18-19. So those are the top 3 hits. So why don't we get around to opening some of the cards? So one of the things I love about SP Authentic, I think the base set is probably one of the cleanest and best cards. We're Canucks fans, so we probably don't want this Messier card on there too long. But as you can see, wow, that's actually perfect for a review. There is a base card, and then there are cards called Limited Red. And there's one of these every 6 packs, and you can kind of see the difference. Instead of the gray, they have a red background and a red foil. So that is one of the kind of extra sets in SP Authentic, is Limited Red. We'll see probably about 3 of those, I'm thinking. And so that is our hit out of that pack. And lots of decoys. So if anyone needs decoys, let me know. I can send them to you. Let's see what's in here. Oh, this was another different insert set. This is the Rookie Year Milestone set. These are pretty cool. I don't think they continued it for 1920, but basically they have cards that kind of talk about some of the milestones that have happened. And there are specific cards, if there's like a number, like if somebody scored 40 goals, something like that, they'll have an autograph card numbered to that stat. So if somebody had scored 40 goals, it would be out of 40. So let's put that in here. And then base. Let's move on to kind of the second level of decent hits. So Jesperi Kotkaniemi is in this set. And while he hasn't like fully panned out to the potential that I think a lot of people were hoping for, certainly he, as a Montreal player, is a pretty touted rookie and seems to be getting better. You also have Carter Hart, who's probably one of the top goalie prospects / young players in the league. And then Nico Hischier also had a very similar kind of signing with Leaf in 2017-18, like Jack Eichel. And then he re-signed up with Upper Deck, so he's in 2018-19 as well. All right, let's see what's here. Here's the Authentic Moments cards we were talking about. So as you can see, Authentic Moments, Morgan Rielly sets record for points in first 5 games. So I always like these because they have cool little action shots and cool little history of the game. And then base. So while we're opening this, let's talk about the Future Watch cards. Hopefully that will get us a Future Watch card. In my opinion, they're definitely the premier autographed rookie card in hockey. So whereas you have Young Guns for just base rookie cards, Future Watch autos are probably the premier autograph set. They were actually introduced in 97-98, and I posted a picture. Zdeno Chara was actually featured in this. And then they started to have signed versions in 2001 and 02 season with Kovalchuk and Datsuk. And it continues to be an iconic card, having kind of $9.99, like almost 1,000 versions of the autograph card allows there to be a decent marketplace for buying and selling. And obviously, the white background makes it helpful on condition and just like a really clean autograph card. Sidney Crosby is a specific example of that, and that card is definitely risen a lot in value. Oh, it looks like we're going to get 2 hits here. So the first one is we have Upper Deck update cards. So if a player is traded during the season, they will get a update card with their new team. So Nick Schmaltz was traded, I believe, for Dylan Strome. So Dylan Strome went back to the Chicago Blackhawks. So they both got new cards. So that's what these are. Most base set collectors of each year will actually say that these cards are important in the set. So it's also a good thing to have. And then we have a pretty cool franchise icons, 26 of 199, Rickard Rakell and Ryan Getzlaf. These cards, especially the McDavid Gretzky version in 2015 and 2016, are actually pretty highly sought after. So I will definitely sleeve this one up. This will be definitely one of the giveaway cards. I can't really see many people's comments. Are people there or just listening? Curious. So I'll put that here for now. Hopefully we'll get something a little bit better than that. We should be getting a Future Watch autograph of something. Just checking. All right. So we're on to, looks like, pack 5. Oh, and we get a Young Gun update of Colin Delia, who played some pretty decent games for the Blackhawks last year before I think they signed that other goalie too from Islanders. His name escapes me. But with that, I think he's kind of the third guy now. Still decent card. All right. Not bad. Nice card. Let's go into the next thing. So there are some other facts I was trying to look at about SP Authentic. I was trying to figure out, what does SP actually stand for? I think most people kind of just assume that it stands for short print. But when I emailed Upper Deck and some of the people around, they don't actually define it. So it's kind of could be one of 4 specific things that SP stands for. So one is obviously short printed. One is super premium, special production, or single print. The reason it could be single print is because back in the day they had single print cards and double print cards. So it's possible it could be single print. And then obviously, along with the Future Watch autos out of $9.99, they also have Future Watch auto patches out of 100. It's a slightly smaller subset of rookies with a player worn patch. I'll just show you. Here's my Elias Pettersson that I have in my personal collection. And they're numbered out of 100. So these are kind of the cards that I collect the most. They started in 03 and 04. And they were actually, before they were this horizontal, they were actually vertical pattern with Fleury, Eric Stahl, and Bergeron. I have another example of Quinn Hughes there. All right. So this one is another update card, but these are the All-Star updates. Generally, you get 1 or 2 of these. And this is Mike Smith in his All-Star jersey. He had a couple of really nice assists. Oh, and he skated the puck to the blue line and almost scored an empty net. I do remember that now. That was a cool moment. And then you obviously starting to have Golden Knights cards in here. That's their second year. And Besser, nice. Still waiting on our first Future Watch auto. Looks like we're going to get another limited red card of Kyle Connor. Pretty underrated guy. Being on the Jets. I don't really think that Winnipeg Jets cards do too well in the market for some reason. Not sure why. Maybe the fan base is not as into cards as before. But yeah. Anyways, let's move on to some of the Future Watch parallels that you'll see. So, while Future Watch autos are generally out of $9.99, the first 50 of each card are actually inscribed with the player's debut date. So their first debut game date. So you see this Elias Pettersson one, since it's 29 in the first 50, it's inscribed. There's also these Future Watch black cards with gold ink. Very, very rare cards. There's kind of this, rumor going around that there might be 5 or 10 out there of each player, but it's not for certain. And then you have the Future Watch acetate cards, which are new, relatively new. And they're kind of like the Young Guns acetate, but slightly different because I believe in 1819, there was only Pettersson and Dahlin. So still pretty cool. All right, so we have Kerfoot, Ovechkin, and there we go, Elias Pettersson. These are the draft day cards. Pretty cool. Rookie draft pick cards. So I will definitely sleeve that. Those are, I believe, going for about $10, $15. Always nice to get a Pettersson. Be nice to get a Pettersson Future Watch along with this, but beggars can't be choosers. I will put that up on a little stand until we find a better card. Still no autographed cards yet. Hopefully, hopefully we'll still get the 2. All right, we have Fleury, Marchessault, and another Steven Stamkos rookie year milestones. Nice card. So as you can see, there's the one where it says 23 goals as rookie to finish 4th on Tampa Bay roster. I believe there's an autographed version of this out of 23. So that would be the example. Pretty cool card. Crosby and Quick. All right, let's try this one. Super clean cards. Always a big fan of these. Oh, looks like we're going to get our first Spectrum card. So this is a Spectrum FX card. The other 2 are base. These Spectrum FX cards are printed kind of with this foil-y thing. And as you'll see on the back, it has a code. Now, every year there is what's called this Upper Deck Bounty. And basically you have to collect 50 to 100 cards of all these different players. You basically have to collect this whole set. And then if you redeem it as like one of the first 50 people, Upper Deck will send you a set of different Spectrum FX golds, which are, I believe, numbered to 50. So it's kind of this extra little incentive. It keeps kind of the value high on those cards at the start when they come out. And you can read more about the Upper Deck Bounty at upperdeckbounty.com. So still looking for our first auto. Hopefully it will come soon. Oh, it looks like we're going to get a first auto of, ooh, very cool. So this is a sign of the times of Larry Hillman, and it's inscribed six-time Stanley Cup champion. Pretty cool card. Does not seem to be numbered. Always nice to get an inscribed card. Let's put that, obviously, 2 more base. Pretty sweet card. I have not seen that one. Probably pretty rare. Should look up what the odds on this one are. Normally these inscribed ones are are numbered. Let's take a look. So Sign of the Times. So if I just go off my Sign of the Times set, Sign of the Times inscriptions. So Larry Hillman, 6-time Stanley Cup champion. So it's 1 out of every 1,341 packs. That's pretty cool. You can see that there. Pretty nice. So we'll put that up. Solid hit. So I can't see your guys' chat just as I'm going through. I'm gonna have to open it on this screen. Let me see here. Yeah, super weird, guys. I can't see anyone's chats. Oh well. Hopefully we have... So that was our first kind of auto, but that's our additional auto. So hopefully we will get a Future Watch auto coming up. And if we do in the next couple of packs, I might save it to the end. All right, so our next one is Authentic Moments of Jack Eichel. Might have to reopen. Oh, now I see people's chats. Super weird. Okay, so if anyone sent me any questions, I for some reason I actually see everyone texting now. Pretty nice. Another 2 base. All right, let's go back to the PowerPoint. Some of the other hits that you could see in SP Authentic, although I don't think we're going to see them now because our additional auto was the Larry Hillman. Are the rookie year milestones, as I was talking about, they have ones numbered to the stats. So as you can see with Mike Gartner, he had 1s out of 36 because he topped the Caps with 36 goals. You have Sign of the Times cards, which have duels, triples, quads, 8s, and then you have these inscription cards. And then, of course, you have the Marks of Distinction with a lot of top players like Connor McDavid. So that's pretty cool. Looks like we're going to get our second Spectrum FX. It's going to be a rookie of Sam Steele. Pretty nice. A level 2. Level 2s are relatively short printed. Let me check. Level 2s are 1 in 90 packs. So that's pretty good. Steven, what are my opinions on the new retro Future Watches out of $3.99? So for those of you that don't know, starting in 2019-20, so in this current year, but not in these specific packs, they started with retro Future Watches out of $3.99. My opinion is kind of mixed. I think there's pros and cons. On one hand, it's a nice extra hit that you can chase. But at the same time, the odds are still the same for one Future Watch auto card, including the retros. So you could end up getting like a $3.99 of not as good player, and that would be, not as advised. The other thing is it kind of just, in a way, I feel like it cheapens the value of the regular Future Watch autos at a $9.99. But that's my personal opinion. So not a huge fan, but I kind of see why they did it. Here is another Upper Deck update of Nino Niederreiter. Bill, how long does it take for the bounties to be filled up and to be redeemed? Well, Bill, I haven't generally checked on it a lot, but I can tell you that the SP Authentic bounty is one of the most sought after, just because those Spectrum effects out of 50s generally do pretty well. And then, so I would usually say in like the first month or two, all of the 50 ones are definitely redeemed. Obviously, it takes a while to collect all the cards in the set that you need, but there's a lot of people that are breaking cases, or you'll have group breakers, which will be kind of like in another episode. But what group breakers have started to do is, hey, if you want to submit one of your cards, you'll get like the gold version of it back out of 50, and then it allows them to kind of collect the full set right away, which is good. All right, so we have another Authentic Moments, and this one is of Carey Price. Price moves to second on the all-time career win list. Ian, yeah, the retros, the retro autos out of $3.99. I wish I had one around, but they generally will sell for less because they're not like the true Future Watch auto. So that's how people see it. So Jared asks, why do they do $9.99 for Future Watch autos? Would this not lower the value for them? I know the first 50 are inscribed, but I thought they would lower the number for more value. Well, Jared, what I would say to that is, because they're so sought after, I think it actually increases the value to have 1,000. And here's why. Because there's more of them on the market and more of those cards are moving. So you generally see prices update quite quick versus, you know, if you have like a Young Gun exclusive and it hasn't sold in 3 months and you're worried like, oh, it's gone up, like I'm not really sure what the price is, you're more likely to hold on to it. Also, I think the hobby is now big enough for hockey that $9.99 of the Future Watch autos, and we're going to get this one here. This one will be our Future Watch auto, so I'll leave this. But I think $999 is a big enough market for these. Like I see people, you know, for Elias Pettersson, for example, I know people that have 5, 6, 10 of the Elias Pettersson Future Watch autos. So I don't think it's a big deal that there's 999 of them. I think that's actually a perfect number. But thank you for your question. It's a very good question. All right, here's another Authentic Moments. This one is of Nathan McKinnon, setting the Avs record in goal sets Avs record with goal in 6 straight games. Pretty cool. Sometimes you get autographs of those, which is nice. And we have 2 more packs. Another thing you can get in these packs, which it doesn't look like we're going to get, but I will show you anyways. Here, again, is a limited red of Mark Messier. So about 3 of those, as we thought. And then Klingberg and Trocheck. Another thing that you could get in SP Authentic is what's called the Young Gun acetate cards. Ever since 2016-17, they started putting Young Gun acetate parallels in SP Authentic. Before that, they were in Upper Deck Series 2. And as you can see, there is a Young Gun Clear Cut, which is this one on the left, and a Young Gun acetate, this one on the right. The difference between the two, some of the ways you can tell, is the Young Gun Clear Cut will always be the same picture as the Young Gun. And there's some other little things too. So for 1819, for example, you'll see it actually says clear cut on the back, versus this one doesn't say anything. Generally, you'll see them in a different jersey, but this isn't the case in this one. Generally, like this one's like the Gaudettes in a white jersey versus this. Another thing you'll see is this card is completely like this fits in a 35 point. This Gaudette is actually kind of 3D because there's actually a little like embossed. He kind of pops out of the card. So that those are some of the key differences between buying clear cut and acetate. Why this is important? Well, generally the acetates are a lot more short printed, kind of around the 15 to 25 mark versus the clear cuts. And the acetates are generally a little bit more money. So you'll see a lot of posts on eBay and things like that where they'll say clear cut and acetate or something like that. So it's important to look at the regular Young Gun to see whether you're getting the clear cut or whether you're getting the acetate. Yeah, Steven. So what's more valuable to collectors? I think the Young Gun acetates. Nick, what is my favorite Future Watch Auto look? Interesting question. I actually really liked... I do like this 1819 look, and we're going to see what the Future Watch Auto I get is. All right, Travis Dermott, not a bad auto. Pretty solid guy. Getting a lot of Toronto hits in my boxes. 847 out of 999. Pretty clean auto. I like the look of these. I think they're very, very clean. 1718 was pretty good too. Let's get a sleeve for this. So I got 2 Leaf hits in my box. A Toronto Maple Leafs fan would really like this box. All right, so those are the 2 hits from my box. Is this Larry Hillman inscribed and a Travis Dermott Future Watch Auto, not bad. All right, so let's go to kind of my review of the boxes of 1819 SP Authentic. So in my opinion, I think SP Authentic is probably one of the best design products of every year. I really enjoy the fact that they have kind of like a white centered card, because anytime you have cards with like a black background or a blue background, you can see kind of flaws and chips in it a lot easier. So it kind of presents to the eye a little bit better. It's a very clean and professional look, in my opinion. You have whoever designs SP Authentic every year, I think they're doing a really good job. In terms of variety and excitement, you got 20 different sets. If we kind of go back and look at some of the hits, other hits, there's definitely authentic moments, which I really like. They have update cards. They have kind of these Future Watch Spectrum cards. The rookie or milestones are really cool too. And then they have Young Guns as well. So I think this is a pretty solid in terms of variety. This also was the year that had the gritty Young Gun. It would have been cool to have got a gritty Young Gun, but they also have Young Gun acetate cards and things like that. In terms of the big hit potential, so generally Future Watch Autos have excellent resale value. One of the reasons that I mentioned before is because having $9.99 of the set means that there's kind of always a liquid market for a card. So generally you'll be able to see that a Future Watch Auto has been sold in the last like week or two at the very least. And the top Future Watch Autos are generally 3 times of the single box price. But, you know, if you have McDavid's year or Matthews' year or Crosby, Ovechkin's year, obviously that can even skyrocket a little bit more. In my opinion, the price to value, it's pretty great value for $200. Like, obviously this would probably be a below average box. Like, I'm interested to see what the Dermott sells for. I think he's pretty coveted by Leaf fans, like not crazy, but let's see. Yeah, so it sells for, there's one that sold for $40. So it can be anywhere from $30 to $40. Not terrible. It's not the worst Future Watch auto I've ever seen. And then this inscribed card is pretty cool too. Obviously, the fact that they were able to add in Hischier and Eichel to this year really strengthened the rookie crop as top player updates. So I think that was really, really good. So overall, I would give it, in my opinion, a very high 16 out of 20 for the set. And definitely you can't really go wrong by opening up SP Authentic in a year, or even buying it and stashing it for later as kind of an investment. It's definitely a good investment box too. But if you know me, and I'm certain this is the same for all of you, if I have boxes in my house, I can't help but eventually open them. So you'd probably have to put them in a safety deposit box somewhere. So there you go. All right. So I'm always looking for feedback on these episodes. My goal is to do 5 episodes and then from there kind of see where we're at. I definitely also want to do an episode on the side about grading cards, what group breaks are, and what RASs are, because I think that's some information that maybe a lot of people don't know, or, you know, they're a little bit scared of joining into a group break or a RAS, not really understanding what it is about, and worry about losing their money and things like that. So I definitely want to do an episode on all those 3 things. Hopefully it'll be kind of like a 30 to 45 minute episode like we've been doing before. And then I have kind of up here, I have 3 different box choices for next time. I have the Fantasy Sports Breaks Hockey Buyback box, which is pretty cool. It's generally 2 buyback cards. Usually one is graded, and then 2 hobby packs. So it's a shorter break, but there's more to it. It might be a good thing to do with the grading group breaks and RASs. And then we have Upper Deck Trilogy 2015-16 I'm thinking about, and then 2019-20 Upper Deck Ice. I want to do one of kind of each of the last 5 years. So I already did a, what was my first box? Jeez. I already did a 16-17 Series 2, and I've now done 18-19. So I'd like to do a year from 2015-16, a box from 2019-20, and a box from 2017-18. Maybe the Cup, who knows? Yeah, so it sounds like Ice could be fun, and I think a cool thing about that is it's a very current product, so people might like that. And there's definitely quite a bit to talk about for sure. So yeah, please provide me any feedback. I have obviously my Facebook thing here, and then I have my email as well. So we're going to do a giveaway. So 5 lucky winners are going to receive a prize pack of cards coming from this hobby box. So I think what I'm going to do is, there were, in my opinion, kind of like 5 standout hits from the box. So there was the Dermott Future Watch, the Pettersson SP Draft Day, the Franchise Icons at a 199, the Larry Hillman Inscribed, and the Delia. And I'm going to put these into 5 little prize packs with more of the hits from the box, and I'm going to be raffling these off. So how to enter. So if you comment in this live video and if you are really participating in things like that, I will give you 1 or 2 entries. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, as I'll be putting this episode up on the YouTube channel. It's called Rain City Cards. So just go to youtube.com and then in the search bar, search Rain City Cards. Right now I have about 25 subscribers. You know, it'd be great to get to like 100, 200 or something like that at some point, and then, you know, kind of spread the word about it, and hopefully people can learn more. And then I'm going to be doing the draw either 6 p.m.-ish tomorrow or Tuesday, depending on how things go. I have to mail out some stuff. So yeah, definitely comment here and subscribe to my YouTube channel to enter. So thanks very much for participating, everyone, and hope you enjoyed the box break and hope there was some refreshing takes for you. Please check out my YouTube, Rain City Cards. I have a Twitter called Hobbies Rain. I'll be posting on that. And I've been kind of working on a website, and I'll be doing an Instagram coming soon as well, with random things and chatting about stuff with the community. So thanks again for tuning in, and hope you guys have a good night. Bye.